Business today must be more efficient and logistically advanced than ever. That's why industry looks for smarter, more aggressive ways to reduce growing transportation costs, increase flexibility, and improve access capacity. To better blend cargoes and transport modes from gateways on the coasts to inland ports, transloading provides a primary strategy to diversify logistics operations and reduce transportation expenses by adding rail line haul as an alternative to trucking. Transloading upgrades supply chains, enabling them to leverage cargo interchanges by postponing inventory, eliminating or at least reducing warehousing issues. Businesses manage supply chain volatility better by locating inventory closer to demand using transload options. Changes in customer needs, emergencies, and short lead times make transloading an ideal solution for industry, and by reducing fixed costs, facilities are better able to flex with changing volume demands. When delivery times for cargo are not pressing, shippers learned long ago that changing inventory while it is still in transit using multiple modes of transportation is possible and economical. Transloading widens the window for such maneuvers. Given sufficient business volume, storage costs can be spread over several products when inventory options include rail cars as well as actual warehousing. You've heard the term intermodal, a one-size-fits-all workaround for hauling a truck trailer by rail for part of the total distance of shipping. While intermodal is a good solution for some shipments, transloading is a more flexible way to get the raw materials and finished goods to and from customers who do not have direct rail access, and it is a viable option for even smaller businesses. The transloading process is simple yet sophisticated. First, the shipment is received at the transloading facility by rail or by truck. Next, the shipment is unloaded for storage or reloaded into the next mode of transportation. This process gives producers and end users options besides the added capital expenditures of adding direct rail access or relocating to a rail-accessible facility. Between Dallas, Texas and Shreveport, Louisiana, just off of I-20 in Longview, Texas, Dunn Enterprises provides a fine example of a transloading operation. Its dry, food-grade warehousing facility boasts over 650,000 square feet with 45 rail spots inside the warehouse, 32 truck dock doors, and a rail spur line running adjacent to the building, capable of holding an additional 34 rail cars. The complete operation is in an active foreign trade zone, a tax advantage to anyone who imports or exports. Shipments are secured by state-of-the-art measures, including a fully fenced facility and 24-hour video surveillance. Situated on 61 acres, Dunn Enterprises stands prepared for expansion of yard storage or warehousing as demand requires, with plans on the board for 2 more rail spurs. Because many commodities, such as pipe and lumber, do not require inside storage, the large Dunn property is capable of a full range of inventory types. Dunn Enterprises is serviced by the Union Pacific Railroad, arguably the largest rail company in the United States. According to the latest available data, the UP Railroad carried 762 billion ton miles of freight in 1 year. Since the typical rail car handles 4 times what a truck can haul, rail has proven to be highly competitive. The rail industry averages about 436 ton miles per gallon, so as diesel prices go up, so does rail economy for shippers. Recent changes in federal trucking safety regulations have also required trucking companies to be more selective in hiring their drivers, meaning they have to pay drivers more to retain them, and these costs are added to fuel prices and passed on to producers. Rail, especially when leveraged by the customizable nature of transloading, is increasingly attractive during rugged economic periods. Transloading helps customers reduce the costs of using rail freight while improving flexibility and reliability within the supply chain. Transloading works both ways, whether it is rail car to truck or truck to rail car, and at either or both ends of the shipment. Bulk commodities shipped to transloading sites via rail are transferred from tank cars, covered hoppers, or pressure-differentiated cars into tank or pneumatic truck movements for delivery to local markets. Placing inventory closer to end users concentrates volumes and improves utilization of assets. Depending on a customer's storage capacity, multiple load options can be exploited by increasing shipping weights. Some transloaders also offer clients even more options when shipping in bulk to the transloading facility. Rather than going to the expense of packaging it themselves and loading in smaller quantities onto trucks, many clients will have the transloader package the material into various containers, like boxes or super sacks, and then onto trucks for final delivery in quantities the customer desires, or back onto a rail car in bulk again as needs dictate. Often, at the request of a customer, Sam Dunn Enterprises will store the commodity on site until the customer requests the material, including some perishable goods. Short and long-term storage arrangements cater to the specific needs at both ends of the transaction. For companies concerned about environmental issues, rail is one of the most preferred methods of land shipment, and transloaders like Sam Dunn Enterprises allow industries to add rail to the supply chain at a fraction of the cost to move, or to add direct rail facilities to an existing location. From the materials necessary in creating the products people use every day, to the finished goods themselves, transloading provides a consistent and cost-effective means to deliver products of any size to customers when and where they need them.